Hey everyone. Well, I had another pretty good week for week 9. Let's see if I can keep that momentum going with week 10. It's time for Ben's Quick Picks. Let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Ben's Quick Picks. This is the week 10 edition. And I gotta say, last week I had a pretty good week. I've been doing pretty well the last few weeks. And why don't I show you what I did last week and give you my overall record for the season thus far. As you can see, had a pretty good week. Actually, I've had last few weeks have been pretty good. 10-4, and overall I am 92-44, way better than I was last year. So before we get into my picks for week 10, anybody that's new to the channel, I do quick picks, and I will show you a list of who I picked to win. It'll be the check marks on who I think will win. And without further ado, let me show you who I picked for all 14 games this week. Show you who I picked to win. Here we go. And as you can see, those are my picks for the week, and I will go over them right now. So beginning with the Thursday night game, this is going to be Carolina at Chicago. Both teams have been struggling all year long. The Panthers with Bryce Young, their #1 draft pick, it's been up and down. Had a tough week last week. Despite having their first win the week before against the Texans, they just couldn't do anything against the Colts. Young had a couple interceptions. And for Chicago, obviously, as I am talking to you right now, it is doubtful that Justin Fields will be cleared to play this week. So another game for Mr. Tyler Badgett. This game, it's tough to tell because they're both not very good teams. However, I'm going to go with the Bears here just because they're at home, and I think they're a little bit better defensively right now, which, again, isn't saying much, but they did get Montez Sweat in a trade from the Commanders last week, and I think he's going to have a pretty good game. And Bryce Young, he's still going through those, going through the rookie stuff, so is Badgett, but in this case, I'm going to go with the Bears at home over the Panthers on Thursday Night Football. We'll go with 20-17. All right, the first game on Sunday is the last of the international games. It's in Germany. The Indianapolis Colts, coming off a big win at Carolina last Sunday afternoon, going up against the New England Patriots, who had a tough loss against the Commanders last week. The Colts, they're up and down. They're okay. Patriots, defensively, they're solid, but offensively, they just continue to struggle. And I really don't see any difference, in this game. Some people kind of like the Patriots in this one from what I've been seeing and reading. It's kind of an upset pick. However, I'm going to stick with the Colts. I just think their offense is a little bit better. I know Gardner Minshew turns the ball over a lot. He didn't really do bad last week against Carolina. I know New England does have a good defense. They are missing some players too on that side of the ball. So, and in fact, J.C. Jackson, who just returned to New England after being traded from the Chargers, from when he came over as a free agent from the Patriots previously, didn't even make the trip. So he's kind of in the doghouse, and that's going to leave their secondary short. Christian Gonzalez is already out for the year with an injury. So Colts have some injuries too, but I just think they're a little bit better offensively. I trust them more offensively than I do the Patriots. So give me the Colts over the Patriots. It's going to be kind of an ugly game. I'll go 19-10 over the Patriots. All right, this is probably the best game of the week here. The 49ers at the Jaguars. As you know, the 49ers coming off their bye week. So is Jacksonville. They're coming off their bye week as well. The 49ers, they've had 3 straight losses. Meanwhile, Jacksonville's been cruising a little bit going into their bye week. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Jaguars are at home. They're 6-2. Niners are 5-3. You know, many would say take the Jaguars. I'm actually going to take the Niners here. I just don't see them losing 4 in a row. I think that bye week really helped them. It helped them with some players being out, getting healthy again at the right time. The Niners are a great team. Jacksonville's a good team too, and they'll probably still win their division. But in this game, this week, I'm taking the 49ers over the Jaguars, 27-24. Should be a good game. The Texans at the Bengals. Texans coming off that comeback win last week against my Buccaneers. I'm not going to go further into that because that'll just make me angry. Cincinnati coming off a big win at home against Buffalo on Sunday night. The Bengals have been on a roll lately. It's starting to be October, November, where the Bengals seem to get hot at the right time. Joe Burrow's doing his thing. Should be a good game. I think this will be closer than people think. But I am going to take the Bengals at home. And again, they're on a roll. Houston, they had a good win last week, but they're still missing some players on their offense and defense. Give me the Bengals 27-20 over the Houston Texans. Should be a good game. All right, another good game. The Browns at the Ravens. Earlier in the season, the Ravens dominated Cleveland in Cleveland, and Watson did not play in that game. But the Ravens are just really clicking right now. Their offense is lighting everybody up. Meanwhile, the Browns, they got Watson. He is coming back. This is a tough one. I was thinking about picking the Browns here, but I'm going to go with Baltimore. But I think it's going to be a very good game. I think this will be a much better defensive battle for both teams. Ravens are not going to put up over 30 points in this game. Cleveland's just too good defensively. I'm going with the Ravens, though. It should be close. Give me 21-19 Ravens over the Browns. The Tennessee Titans against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, my Buccaneers. Oh, boy. As much as I love my Bucs here, things have just been falling off a cliff for them. Finally, when they had a great offensive performance last week, they had a really bad defensive performance. Meanwhile, the Titans came off a tough Thursday night game loss at Pittsburgh. Levis had a chance to win the game there, didn't. In the Bucs' history, they just struggle against rookie quarterbacks. I want to pick the Bucs in this game. I think they're the more talented team, but right now it's about momentum. The Titans, despite losing to Pittsburgh, played a great game. I think they got a little more momentum. I have to be unbiased here, and I hope I'm wrong on this, but I am going to go with the Titans here over the Buccaneers, 24-20. Yeah, I said it. Titans over the Buccaneers, 24-20, but I hope I'm wrong on that as a fan. The Green Bay Packers at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers coming off a big win on Thursday night. They're still struggling offensively. I know they got Deontay Johnson involved last week. He had a good game. And the Packers got a win against the Rams last week. I knew they were due for one. That's why I picked them. But at the same time, no Matt Stafford. So it was a lot easier to go up against a quarterback that, hardly sees the field. But in this game, they're going to have to face a very good Steelers defense, and I just don't think Jordan Love's ready for that. So give me the Steelers over the Packers. Kind of an ugly game, but I'll go 17-10 over the Packers. Steelers over the Packers. All right, the New Orleans Saints are going up to Minnesota. Saints had a big win last week at home against Chicago. Meanwhile, Minnesota with a big comeback win on the road at Atlanta last week. Josh Dobbs, who wasn't even scheduled to start, had to fill in for, I believe it was Hall, who was the backup quarterback. He got hurt in the game, and Dobbs did his thing. And, it's the Josh Dobbs era right now in Minnesota. Just came from a trade from Arizona. It's an interesting game. It's tempting to take the Vikings here. It really is, because they're at home. They still have a solid defense. still solid receivers, besides Jefferson being out. The Saints, you just don't know sometimes with New Orleans. It's either they really play well or they don't play well. But I'm going to go Saints here. I just think they're a little bit better right now. They're more healthier. And it's just one of those games where I think Derek Carr will actually play a good game. He's not going to do that every game, but I predict he's going to do that here. So give me the Saints over the Vikings, 25-20. I know it's a random score, but that's the only thing I can think of right now. And I want to apologize for my throat there. Catching a little bit of a cold. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but bear with me. The afternoon games. The Falcons at the Cardinals. Kyler Murray is expected to start in this game, coming off his torn ACL. Meanwhile, Atlanta, I don't think they're a very good team. They let me down last week when Minnesota came back on them. I expect Kyler Murray to do okay, but it's his first game back. And for Atlanta, something's got to give. And I don't trust him, but in this case, I'm going to have to swallow my pride here and take the Falcons, and as they beat the Cardinals. It's going to be an ugly game, but give me Atlanta 23-20 over the Cardinals. All right, so we got the Lions at the Chargers. Should be an interesting game too. Good afternoon game. This one could be a trap game. The Chargers came off that huge win against the Jets on Monday night. Lions had their bye week, so they're fresh as a daisy and going on the road. Now, again, I said this could be a trap game because it's one of those games where you feel like the Chargers may get this win here because they're at home. Big win on Monday night, got some momentum. Detroit coming off a bye week. Maybe they're not as, ready. But I'm going to go against conventional wisdom here. I am going to take the Lions over the Chargers here at home. I still think they're the better team, and I think that bye week's going to help them. As far as I know, most of their players are, going to be ready to go, if not all. And I think they're a better team than the Chargers. I still don't trust the Chargers despite having that big win last week on Monday night. That was against the Jets. So, yeah, give me Detroit over the Chargers. I'm going to go 31-24. Should be a high-scoring game and fun game to watch. All right, the Giants and at the Dallas Cowboys. Taking the Dallas Cowboys. 30-10. And that's all I got to say about that because the Giants are not that good. And Dallas coming off a tough loss at Philly. They're going to want revenge. So, yeah, Cowboys with their Giants, 30-10. All right, the Commanders at the Seahawks. Commanders got a win up in New England last week. Meanwhile, Seattle took a tough loss to Baltimore. Don't feel bad, Seattle. Detroit got their ass kicked by Baltimore as well. Both Seattle and Detroit are good teams. Seattle's a great team at home. Washington, another road game, 2 in a row, cross country. I got to go Seattle here. They're going to bounce back, especially that defense at home plays well. And the Commanders, Sam Howell, despite having a good game against the Patriots, going to be a little bit tougher going up against a tougher team defensively, and his offensive line still isn't that good. So give me Seattle 28-20 over the Commanders. The Sunday night game, the New York Jets at the Las Vegas Raiders. God, this was hard to pick. This is a coin flip, and every time I pick the Raiders to lose, they win. Every time I pick the Raiders to win, they lose. I hate picking the Las Vegas Raiders because I struggle with them. They're just so Jekyll and Hyde. But then you got the Jets, who are just defensively are very good. Offensively, Zach Wilson sucks. Yeah, he sucks, and I said it. He's terrible. God damn it. I want to pick the Raiders here, but I don't want it to bite me in the ass. I'm going with the Jets here. I know that's really risky here, and I might be wrong on that again, but I'm going to go Jets. I think they have the better defense. And the Raiders, yeah, coming off that big emotional win over the Giants with, Antonio Pierce's coaching debut. Of course, they're going to be very excited. And I overlooked the Giants. I overhyped the Giants. That was just a brain fart on my part last week. But I'm going to go with the Jets. Maybe this New York team will get the job done, unlike the other New York team that couldn't do it last week here in Vegas. So give me the Jets over the Raiders, 17-13. And finally, the Monday night game, the Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills have been somewhat of a disappointment this year. I know they got a good record, but I just feel like they haven't, except for the Miami game, they really haven't had that game where they've just dominated from start to finish. And meanwhile, Denver, they're coming off a bye week. They've got a couple wins in a row now, but it's on the road at Buffalo, and Buffalo usually plays very well at home. So I'm going to go Buffalo here. It's going to be closer than you think because Buffalo is maybe the better team, but they usually keep teams in games. So, and it's a Monday night game. So, Russell Wilson tends to play well on Monday nights. So give me the Bills. Let's go 22-17 over the Broncos. All right, well, those are my picks for the week as I explained to them. And I will show you one more time who I picked to win this game. That'll be with the check marks by the team I picked to win. So take a look at it. See if you agree with my Week 10 picks. Give you one more look. And those are my Week 10 picks. So what do you think? Do you want to leave your comments in the comment section? Let me know if you like them, dislike them. Let's see what happens. This should be a very fun week of NFL football. So with that being said, I'm headed out. Enjoy your NFL Week 10, and we'll be back here next week to see how I did, and we will preview Week 11. So everybody, again, follow me at BenCornett9015 here on YouTube. Give me a like, share, please. That would be greatly appreciated. And we will see you next time, right here on Ben's Quick Picks. Take care, everybody.